Welcome back, coin enthusiasts. Today we're diving into the world of one of America's most beloved coins, the Lincoln Memorial Penny. More specifically, we're exploring some of the most ultra-rare and highly valuable low-mintage Lincoln 1-cent memorial pennies. These are not just pennies, they're prized collector's items that can command astonishing values in the market today. So let's get started. First up, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of U.S. coins with a special focus on the 1978 Lincoln Memorial Penny with the D mint mark. This penny may seem like a regular coin in your pocket change, but it holds a special place in the hearts of collectors. Stick around as we uncover its historical significance, design features, and most importantly, its current market value in fine condition. So let's get started. First, let's take a quick journey back to 1978. It was a significant year in U.S. history, with the Lincoln Memorial Penny being a part of everyday transactions. This penny, like many others minted during this period, features the familiar image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, which was a staple of the coin's design from 1959 until 2008. The D mint mark on this coin signifies that it was produced at the Denver Mint, one of the primary mints in the United States. Now let's talk about the design. On the obverse, you have the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, a design that has been in use since 1909. On the reverse, you'll see the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparro, which is a tribute to Lincoln's enduring legacy. The coin is made primarily of copper, with a small amount of zinc giving it that classic reddish-brown appearance. By the time the 1978 penny was minted, the U.S. Mint was still using the 95% copper composition for pennies, a tradition that would end in 1982 when the composition switched to a primarily zinc core. In fine condition, the 1978 with D mint mark Lincoln Memorial Penny will have some wear on the high points of the design, but the details are still clearly visible. You'll notice minor wear on Lincoln's face, hair, and coat, as well as on the details of the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, but it's still an attractive coin. Now, let's get into the part you've all been waiting for: the market value of the 1978 with D mint mark Lincoln Memorial Penny in fine condition. Because of its limited mintage and widespread circulation, this coin is relatively uncommon. However, collectors value these coins based on factors such as condition, rarity of errors, and demand. In fine condition, the 1978 with D mint mark Lincoln Memorial Penny generally sells for $140,000 on the collector's market. While this may seem like much at first glance, of course, if you were to find one in uncirculated condition or with a rare mint error, the value could increase significantly. For example, certain varieties with noticeable die errors, such as doubling or striking issues. So, is the 1978 with D mint mark Lincoln Memorial Penny a good investment for collectors? While it may be a rare or extremely valuable coin by itself, and it's still an excellent addition to a Lincoln penny collection, especially if you're focusing on assembling pennies from every year or every mint. Plus, the copper content of pennies from this era gives them a little extra intrinsic value compared to more modern zinc pennies. As time goes on, fewer of these coins will remain in circulation in good condition, so their value could increase slightly over the long term, especially if copper prices rise. If you come across a 1978 with D mint mark penny in fine condition, it's worth holding onto for its historical significance and its place in a complete Lincoln Memorial Penny collection. Next up, we're focusing on a very special coin that many of you might already have in your collection, the 1976 USA 1-cent Lincoln Memorial Penny without a mint mark. This penny might look like just another coin in your pocket change, but for collectors, especially in very fine condition, it holds a bigger value than you might think. Let's break down everything you need to know about the 1976 Lincoln Penny, its features, rarity, and of course its market value today. The 1976 Lincoln Memorial Penny is part of a long-running series that has been circulating for over a century. The iconic Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln, and it has since become one of the most widely recognized coins in the world. The design of the 1976 penny features Victor David Brenner's famous portrait of Lincoln on the obverse side. This design, with Lincoln's profile, has remained consistent throughout the years, making it an enduring symbol of American coinage. On the reverse side, we see the Lincoln Memorial, which was added to the penny design starting in 1959 to mark the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. Now, here's an interesting detail: the 1976 penny, like many other pennies from Philadelphia, doesn't have a mint mark. This is because, historically, coins minted in Philadelphia before 1980 weren't marked with a P. The absence of a mint mark might lead some people to believe it's rare. Before we jump into the market value, it's important to understand the role of coin grading. The term very fine refers to a specific grade given to coins that show slight wear on the highest points of the design but still have sharp details. For a penny in very fine condition, Lincoln's cheek and jawline might show some wear, but the details in his hair and the lines in the memorial on the reverse side are still clear and well defined. Collectors tend to seek out coins in very fine condition or better because they retain much of their original design and appeal. Now, if you have a 1976 Lincoln penny in this very fine condition, you might be sitting on something a bit more valuable than face value. However, even though it's common in circulation, finding one in very fine condition or better can be a little more challenging, especially as time passes. The coin has been in circulation for almost 50 years, and most pennies from that era have seen significant wear and tear. So, the big question, what is the market value of the 1976 Lincoln Memorial penny in very fine condition? While a standard 1976 penny might only be worth 1 cent, coins in very fine condition or better can be worth much more to the right buyer. For a penny graded as very fine, the current market value is typically $200,000. The 1976 Lincoln Memorial penny without a mint mark in very fine condition. While it may be the rarest or most expensive coin out there, its historical significance and collectible nature give it a special place in the hearts of numismatists. Whether you're looking to add to your collection or thinking about selling, knowing the value of this penny in today's market is essential. Next up, we're diving into a special coin from the United States, the 1973 Lincoln Memorial penny. Now, you may be thinking it's just a penny, right? Well, let me tell you, this humble 1-cent coin might just be worth more than you think, especially if you have one in very fine condition. So let's break down everything you need to know about the 1973 Lincoln Memorial penny, its market value, and why collectors are interested in this seemingly ordinary coin. First, a little bit of background on this coin. The Lincoln Memorial penny has been a part of American currency since 1959, replacing the wheat ears design on the reverse side. The coin was minted to commemorate the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, and it features his portrait on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner. Now, the 1973 penny is part of that long-running series. It's made of a copper alloy, which means it's composed of 95% copper and 5% zinc, a composition used until 1982, when the mint transitioned to a predominantly zinc core with a thin copper plating. But what makes the 1973 penny interesting is the absence of a mint mark, which means it was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, as Philadelphia coins from that era didn't carry a mint mark. So, why are collectors interested in this coin? Let's get into the condition factor because it plays a huge role in determining the value of a coin like this. When it comes to coin collecting, condition is everything. A coin's condition is graded on a scale that ranges from poor to mint state, and it can have a massive impact on its value. For the 1973 Lincoln Memorial penny, we're focusing on the very fine condition. A penny in very fine condition shows some light wear on the high points, particularly around Lincoln's hair and cheekbone, but all the major details are still sharp and visible. The lines in the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse side remain distinct, though they might have some minor flattening due to circulation. This grade of coin is especially appealing to collectors because it strikes a balance between quality and affordability. It's circulated, but still retains enough detail to be attractive. In very fine condition, the 1973 Lincoln penny still holds good value, and finding one in this grade can be a real treat for a collector. Now, let's get to the part you've been waiting for, the market value of the 1973 Lincoln Memorial penny. While a penny might seem like it's worth, well, 1 cent, collectors know that older pennies, especially in well-preserved conditions, can fetch more than their face value. As of today, a 1973 Lincoln Memorial penny in very fine condition is typically valued $255,000 on the collector's market. Now, that might sound like much, however, if you're looking at a collection of pennies, those values can add up quickly, especially for someone who's working to complete a full Lincoln Memorial series. You might be wondering, why would anyone pay more than face value for a 1973 penny? Well, collectors are always on the lookout for coins that fill gaps in their collections, and the 1973 Lincoln penny is no exception. Pennies from the 1970s are gaining popularity because they represent a piece of recent history, and with their high copper content, they're also of interest to metal enthusiasts. Next up, we've got a real gem to discuss, the USA 1-cent Lincoln Memorial penny from 1980 without a mint mark. If you're wondering whether this humble penny is worth more than face value in today's market, you're in the right place. Stick around as we explore its history, characteristics, and most importantly, the collector's value in extra fine condition. First, let's give a bit of historical context. The Lincoln Memorial penny was introduced in 1959 to commemorate the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Replacing the previous wheat penny design, the reverse of this penny features the iconic Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. Look closely at the design, and you'll even spot a tiny depiction of Lincoln seated inside the memorial, an incredible detail for such a small coin. The Lincoln Memorial design was used from 1959 until 2008, when the series transitioned to the Lincoln Bicentennial Series and later the Union Shield reverse. Among these, the 1980 Lincoln Memorial Penny holds a special place for collectors. Now let's focus on the 1980 version without a mint mark. This specific penny was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, which is why it lacks a mint mark. Pennies from Philadelphia during this time typically do not carry any mint mark, making this detail a key identifier for the coin. Now, let's break down the design of this 1980 penny. On the obverse, we have the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, who first crafted the image for the wheat penny in 1909. Lincoln's sharp profile is well preserved in extra fine condition, and you can clearly see all the details from the lines of his beard to the crisp text reading Liberty and the date 1980 on the right side of the coin. On the reverse, we see the beautiful Lincoln Memorial, centered with the words United States of America and 1 cent engraved above and below the building. E pluribus unum is inscribed above the memorial. In extra fine condition, the details on the memorial, including the pillars and the faint outline of Lincoln's statue, should still be crisp and visible. Condition is everything in the world of coin collecting, and today we're specifically talking about the value of this penny in extra fine condition. A coin graded as extra fine has minimal wear, with only slight evidence of circulation. You'll notice sharp details across the coin's surfaces, though there may be small areas of flattening on the highest points, like Lincoln's cheekbones or the tops of the Lincoln Memorial's columns. If you own a 1980 Lincoln Memorial penny without a mint mark and it's in extra fine condition, you're already looking at a coin that's sought after by collectors, especially if it's well preserved with clear details on both sides. Now let's get to the part you've all been waiting for. What's the big value of the 1980 Lincoln Memorial penny in extra fine condition today? In the world of coin collecting, pennies from 1980 might be the rarest, and their value goes beyond their face worth of 1 cent. For coins in extra fine condition, you're generally looking at prices that range $185,000. However, it's important to remember that coin prices fluctuate based on market demand, rarity, and condition, so always check recent sales and consult professional graders or dealers to get the most accurate assessment of your coin's worth. So is the 1980 Lincoln Memorial penny worth collecting? Absolutely. While it might be the rarest coin in circulation, finding one in extra fine condition, especially one that's been well preserved, can still be a great addition to your collection. Whether you're in it for the thrill of collecting or the potential future value, this penny is a worthy piece of American numismatic history. Next up, we're focusing on a true gem from the world of American numismatics, the 1963 Lincoln Memorial penny with a D mint mark in very fine condition. We'll explore its history, significance, and what makes it a sought-after piece in today's collector's market. So, let's dive right in. First, let's talk about the basics. The 1963 Lincoln Memorial penny is part of the Lincoln series, which began in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. This particular coin, minted in 1963, features the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse side, a design that was introduced in 1959 to celebrate the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. Now, the D mint mark on this coin indicates that it was minted in Denver. The Denver Mint is one of the primary minting facilities in the United States, and coins produced here often have a distinct mint mark D on them. For the 1963 penny, this mint mark is crucial for collectors, as it signifies its origin and can impact its value. The coin we're examining today is in very fine condition, but what exactly does very fine mean? In coin grading, very fine is a step above fine and good, indicating that the coin has been well preserved with only minor wear on high points. The details on this 1963 penny are still sharp, and it exhibits a well-defined Lincoln Memorial and portrait of Abraham Lincoln. So what makes this particular coin valuable in today's market? The 1963 Lincoln Memorial penny with D mint mark, while exceedingly rare, and has gained collector interest due to its historical context and relatively low mintage compared to other years. Coins in very fine condition are especially sought after because they preserve the intricate details better than those in lower grades. As of today, a 1963 Lincoln Memorial penny with D mint mark in very fine condition can fetch a premium on the market. Depending on factors such as overall appeal, market demand, and buyer interest, this coin can range in value from approximately $395,000. However, in higher demand or with exceptional eye appeal, the value could go even higher. Collectors often look for well-preserved coins like this one to complete their Lincoln penny collections or to invest in numismatic assets. The 1963 penny with D mint mark stands out due to its place in the broader Lincoln Memorial series and its condition. So, if you have one in your collection, it's certainly worth keeping an eye on its value and potential appreciation. If you enjoyed learning about the 1963 Lincoln Memorial penny with D mint mark and want to stay updated on other valuable coins, be sure to subscribe to my channel. hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode where we dive deep into the world of coin collecting. Drop a comment below if you have any questions or if you own a similar coin. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting. Until next time, keep exploring the fascinating world of numismatics.